Hi, hello. Welcome to, I guess, the what's the name of the podcast? The Husky Barbu podcast. Yes, that's mine. I promise you a Spanish podcast, but not yet, as Antonio Banderas would say. Deliveries at this time, wonderful memories. Recently, my wife got mugged, and that's the sound that I have to remember. So how you guys been doing? Hope you've been well. I already apologized for the last podcast, which was short as fuck, and I hope not to repeat that mistake now. So I've actually come with material to discuss in this podcast. Very old school of me of bringing a notebook to discuss material, because why the fuck not? About that Spanish podcast. First of all, how do you like the new background, which is the same one as before? It's just a different angle and whatnot. It's a Spanish podcast. I have to consider what I'm going to be doing in that one, because I just don't want to make the same old crap that I'm doing here and then just translate it in Spanish. I'm trying to think about ways of what to do, so I'm totally clueless, but I think that's the way to go. And by the way, it will be in the same feed as the ones where you're getting this. I'm talking to the three of you who are watching and listening. So the three of you, you don't have to subscribe to another feed. This is going to be in the same feed. So if you speak Spanish, yay. If you don't speak Spanish, just then ignore the podcast. Or if you're going to watch it on YouTube, get the subtitles and read along. Anyway, so the things that we're going to talk about today. As I already informed you all, I have become the proud owner. Should I say owner? I don't know. I have become the owner of a kitty cat. He's no longer a kitty. He's big as fuck now. Named Lionel, named by my daughter for the leader of the Thundercats. I've already been through that kind of shit, but just a small recap. And it's been over a month now that the cat has been living in this house, and it's been quite an adapting experience to be dealing with a feline in the house. Some good experiences. Like the cat likes to be nurtured a lot. It craves nurture. And then there's the side of him that is, to put it lightly, a fucking psycho. He is a fucking psycho. Pros and cons. So if you are planning to own a kitten, because just FYI, I've been always a dog person. I love dogs. And if you would ask me like over a month ago, my preference would be more towards dogs than cats. Now I'm kind of 50-50 on it. So I really enjoyed my experience so far with a kitty, and I'm enjoying it very much. But there's some flack or the negative side of having a cat. So I would like to discuss that with some details. Okay. The first thing that I don't like about the cat and in general is that the little fucks think that they own you. How do I explain that? Well, and I've known this before. Not that I just came into this knowledge. And I've known this before. So I came into this particular knowledge, the one I'm talking about right now. I came to it willingly knowing what to expect about the fucking cat. God damn it. I'm in a highway. I live in a highway. What can I tell you? What can I fucking tell you? My apartment building complex is right near a fucking road, and apparently this is the time everybody feels like, oh, he's recording. Let's drive through here. Anyway, the cat. He fucking thinks he owns you. Because things have to be done on his terms and on his time. For example, You know how cute animals are. You would like to be like, oh, you cute little thingy, I love you. I just want to touch you and caress you. And you just want to touch them and caress them. And well, with the cat is not so much a good thing to try to do that shit. Because if you try to do that when he's not into that, you're going to find out real quick that that is not the best course of action. That is not precisely the best course of action. He will let you know in a fucking heartbeat that that is not cool. That is not cool at all. And that's what he did this morning when I carried him, because I tend to put him over my shoulders because he thinks I'm a fucking furniture, and he goes on top of my shoulders and sometimes rests there, and sometimes he just purrs there, or sometimes he does the Batman pose, kitten style. You know, just stand there all stoic, thinking that the world needs to suck his dick. What I don't know. You fill in the information. I'm sorry that I curse so much, by the way, but that's how I talk. So he was on top of my shoulders this morning, and he decided to claw his way in my shoulders, and I shit you not, that is fucking pain that I don't wish on my worst enemy, and I have none that I know of. It was fucking painful. So I tried to knock him down off of my shoulders and put him near a desk near me, so I was not going to throw him to the floor, because I'm not violent towards animals. I don't do that shit. But the little fuck, and I say this with love, because I love the kitty. I love him. Reading between the lines. Scratched my fucking back. Left a fucking mark sideways on my back. And he fell, not to the floor, to the desk, because as I said, I will not slam him. I don't care how fucking pissed I get to the cat. I will not go down the physical harm on him. And yeah, that was not cool. That was not cool at all for him on me, who feeds him, who cleans up his shit, who be with him in his times when he feels lonely, because he does feel lonely. He was scratching the fucking office door right now a few minutes ago, like, let me in, but I'm recording now, and he would just fuck up the recording if he were here right now. Believe you me, he's done that before. So yeah, I have to keep him at length spay. So I already covered the seeks attention in his own terms. Will bite me for shits and giggles. No, what he does, he doesn't bite me. He doesn't really bite me. What he does is that, for example, I clean his kitty litter. First of all, he doesn't like me to clean his kitty litter. The fucking asshole. Like, motherfucker, you shit here and you piss in here and it smells god awful. Let me clean this shit up so we can all live in this fucking apartment. Because if not, we're going to have to fucking run. Or we're going to get fucking intoxicated and fucking all die for the fucking foul stench of hell that you left, that came out of your asshole. You fucking feline piece of shit. And I'm being sarcastic, people. Don't take this fucking thing serious, but I need to vent out a little shit, so let me process my shit, okay? So I clean up his shit. And the fucker won't let me pick up his litter. He will not allow me to pick up his shit. So the times he is still, because there's sometimes he just sits there and like examines me like, good, okay. Oh, so you're picking that shit up, okay. Okay, you're picking that shit up, okay. I see that. Oh, that's big stone. Yeah, those are, you know, residuals of my piss, of my urine, that the sand somehow compacted into a fucking rock. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. I'm fine. You're done? Picked up everything? Good. Now I'm gonna shit on it. Now I'm gonna shit on it. I'm gonna live a fucking giant turd my size, the cat size. Fucking cat is this size now. He's fucking huge. He leaves a fucking turd this size. And you know, chocolate style from McDonald's. You know the one type. You know the type I'm talking about. So yeah, fun times with the cat. Fun fucking times with the cat. Now I will say this: the good things about him, and so you see, there's no hate; it's all love. It's just that I need to get that shit out of the way, quite literally. Is that I enjoy him. I enjoy being with him when he's calm, when he's docile. He's all sweetness, all tenderness. Just wants to be around me. Wants to be around my little girl. He loves my daughter. He absolutely adores her, and now he has an affinity towards my wife. So not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So he's not gay. He loves chicks. So that's a good one right there. So I'm done talking about the cat. Let's just give it a rest. Lionel, you're still welcome to this house. I'm still kind of pissed that you scratched half of my back. But I guess that's just your nature. How to fuck people up. Another thing that we can talk about, well, I am a geek. Although the uniform right now is not a geek uniform, but it's better this than black shirt, and just to contrast with all the fucking darkness that you're already seeing around. So let's talk about the two things that happened this week in the geek world. The two things, which are Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut, I'll talk about that first because it is long as fuck. First of all, I enjoyed it. I liked it. It's not a perfect movie, and it's not the cup of tea for everyone. But I will say this, it blows the theatrical version out the water. It kicks the theatrical version's ass in so many fucking ways and levels. But then again, it was... that Simpson meme, stop it, he's already dead. It's practically that. So you fucking make a Matchsticks Men movie with the characters and just put name tags on each Matchstick Men and say which one is which, and write a story and do your best impression of a stop motion camera, a kind of deal, and it would still beat the theatrical version of the Justice League. Just saying. But this is not to diminish the work that Zack Snyder did on this, because it is a monumental piece of work. And I give him all the credit in the world, because he was able to produce a movie that was practically dead. It was basically dead, and he was able to make the movie that he wanted. And was able to do it on his terms. And finally got the studio to back him up. So that is a good story. And whether you like the Snyder Cut or not, that's your thing, and you're allowed to not like it or not. Now, in terms of what I liked about the story, is basically a DC orgy fest. It is. Oh my god. If you're a hardcore DC fan like I am, you can watch here in the back. I got a fucking... Look. DC Comics, 60 years of the world's favorite comic book heroes. This is a fucking this is a book, because I can't speak English apparently in the moment, that contains the history of DC Comics way up until the 90s, mid-90s. Because, book is old and time has gone by since they printed this. So, this book shows you how much of a DC file I am, that I keep this. And this thing has stuff on the DC universe that, some people don't know. Although, now I guess Google pretty much... keeps that book to non-effect, but still it's cool to have it. Nonetheless, if you're a DC file, you're going to love this movie, because it's satisfying in so many ways. I'm not going to go blow for blow for this movie, because it's fucking 4 hours. And to keep up with everything, all I can tell you is that the story makes more sense now in this version. And it has 35% of what you saw in Justice League is in this movie. So there are scenes in this movie that didn't even show up. Like, for example, you remember the trailers of the Justice League movie before Zack left and before Whedon took over? If you remember those trailers and you remember certain scenes that you saw in those scenes are in this movie. All of those scenes are in this movie. And also, just an FYI, if you haven't seen the movie yet, the ratio of the screen is like a square. I don't know how to call that ratio. I don't know if I will add something in post. I don't think so. I'm too lazy to add that shit. Anyway, so it's not the movie theater ratio. It's more like a old TV screen ratio. Full screen as they used to call it back in the day when the DVDs. Not you know what I mean. Anyway, some DC characters show up that didn't show up in the previous movie. For example, Martian Manhunter is in this movie. Very minimally used, mind you, but he's in it. Shows up a couple of times in the movie. Basically, we got Darkseid, the Sad, Granny Goodness. Well, you saw her in the trailer. Steppenwolf, yeah, and he's more fleshed out in this movie, so it makes more sense. Cyborg, his backstory is better told, better explained. Same with Barry Allen, the Flash, and those two are the co-MVPs of the movie as well. I liked how they explained better the resurrection of Superman, or how the Mother Box worked in terms of resurrecting Superman. They did a better explanation. They did a better explanation in explaining even why Batman is using a type of armor, that the armor that he was using in the end. The movie even explains that. Batman is better utilized and not seen like, well, I got my dick cut off and now I'm useless. He's there, but he's not the star of the movie. He's there doing what he was supposed to be doing. Recruitment, keeping them together. That's it. So, he doesn't have a starring role in this movie. The other characters are the ones that shine. Superman does not appear in the movie up to way after half of the movie is done. So if you were expecting, they're going to resurrect Superman, we gotta go a long ways before we get there. A lot of scenes in Atlantis, a lot of scenes in Gotham, a lot of scenes in this, and a lot of scenes in that. Look, if you're gonna watch this movie, you better take some time off. It's 4 fucking hours. 4 fucking hours. So just letting you know, FYI. So yeah, 4 hours long. I liked it. It's not perfect. It's not the perfect movie. The CG, you can tell when the reshoots were done, because the CG is not up to par, let's just say. No porn star Super Mario Brothers stash for Superman to digitize off, so that's a plus. No Pet Cemetery references in this one. There is some humor, but not as much. And there's scenes that you're amazed that are still there. I liked when Superman came into the fold fighting Steppenwolf. I mean, you've seen the theatrical version. This part almost plays out exactly what Steppenwolf was about to hit Cyborg with his axe. It hits Superman, but the axe don't do dick on Superman, because Superman is just a one-liner and is like, not impressed. And then just blows on the axe, and the axe turns into ashes and proceeds to Austin 316 his ass. And if you need to, a translation of what Austin 316 is I just whooped your ass, because it's Austin 316. No. Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass. Anyway, So yeah, I liked it. Not everybody's cup of tea. Some imperfections. For example, the nightmare sequence between Batman and Joker. You can tell that was filmed much later because Ben Affleck's face barely fits in the mask. What can I say? That Batman body has been gone for a while. So, and it's not like he's getting the testosterone shot on him. But anyway, okay. So yeah, that's my Snyder Cut quasi review of the things that I liked and whatnot. And let's talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Good introduction. The points that I have here to say is a solid intro for the series. The series starts with Sam working for the government on the down low, like off the records, off the papers. And Bucky has PTSD due to his time as a Winter Soldier. Now, the series doesn't explain that clearly what happened to Steve Rogers, aka Captain America. It's just that he has decided to go away. Sam did not take up the mantle for Captain America. He just gave the shield back to the Smithsonian or to the American government. Bucky and Sam have been pardoned, from the Sokovia Accord thing, from Civil War, and I guess they were pardoned because, well, of course, they saved the goddamn world, the entire universe, with the Endgame thing. Well, Tony did, but they participated and they helped out. And it's building up to something, and we'll just leave it at that. So I liked it. It's still very vague in terms of where it's going, but it was very action-packed. Very action-packed. Like, just some of the scenes with Falcon doing a rescue mission at the beginning of the series is like Marvel level shit in the movies. So you feel like we're still in Captain America universe, although Cap is not physically there, and Bucky is still lingering, and he's dealing with shit that he should be, forthcoming with his PTSD issues. He remembers everybody that he killed as the Winter Soldier. Innocents, people he was sent to. So he remembers all of that. So that kind of fucks him up. Not kind of, does fuck him up. So, there. That's my Falcon and the Winter Soldier review and my Snyder Cut review. So I have done my geek news thing now. Yeah, I don't want to talk anymore about that shit. So, I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Not to bore you people, me talking shit about anything or anyone in particular, because you don't need me to be your news guy. I'm just going to do me and live and let live and live by that motto. So, thank you guys for watching and listening. Please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Please buy the merch on the tpublicstore.com website, which I hope I will keep the link in the description as always, so you can look it up there. Buy whatever design that you want. I'll be showing you the designs on the video. If you're not only listening, I'm sorry, I can't come please everyone at the same time. So yeah, so buying stuff, that way you can help me in terms of getting better equipment, better visuals, better audio equipment, better everything. So just to make this shit better and putting out a better product out there, and hopefully this will grow. So again, this has been the Husky by Food podcast. This has been Ariel. Take care, guys. See ya. Bye.